Hi there, it's John Thompson, team lead at the TG Mortgage team. And today we're having our Borrow Smart lesson. Let me go ahead and move over to the lesson. So thanks again for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about something I think is pretty unique. It's what we call the bottomless line of credit. So what is a line of credit? A line of credit allows someone to access a home equity sort of for any purpose. It's secured by your home and you qualify for the mortgage in many cases. In the case of the bottomless line of credit, there are certain qualifications, but not quite as stringent as the more traditional home equity line of credit that most people are familiar with. Right. So one of the unique things about the bottomless line of credit is it can never be closed. It grows every year regardless of the home value. And it offers flexible payments. You can make as little as no payment to any amount you want to make, and it can change from month to month to month. And it's available to you for life as long as you live in the home. Those little asterisk marks there, you have to be current on your tax and insurance payments. Otherwise, it could get closed and so forth. So as long as you're current on those things, then it's available to you for life. So let's see how this kind of works. So in this scenario, we're talking about $1 million property. It's free and clear. They've paid off the mortgage. They're in retirement now. They're 67 years old. And here's kind of what it looks like. So over here, in this case, with that property value and the age, the person is qualified for $400,000. You'll see here from year to year to year, it starts to grow. So this green line represents the growth of line of credit over time. So you'll see at year 20, when they're 87, they're up to about $850,000 on their line of credit. And it continues all the way out. And our analysis only goes out for 30 years. But as you get out to 96, 97, you'll see there's about almost $1.4 million in access in a line of credit. And obviously, as they continue to draw on it, they wouldn't have quite as much access, but that assumes that it continues to grow. So that shows the growth pattern. And just really quickly here, the blue line represents the home value. We've left it static at $1 million, but obviously we know that real estate isn't static. It goes up typically, and then of course it can go down. We'll talk about that in a moment. So here's another example. So let's say that, and the reason we call it bottomless line of credit is because of this slide right here. So I did the calculation to determine what would happen if people borrowed a certain amount of money every month, and the number is $1,350 in this example. So the red line now represents the debt growing over time. The green line represents the line of credit. The blue line up here is the home value. Again, we've left it static for the time being. So $400,000 is really hard to see, but it's growing little by little. It's pretty much staying the same. It's going to go just a little bit under 400, a little bit over $400,000, but you could withdraw $1,350 a month for the rest of your life, and the line of credit would still be available, would still be growing slightly. Therefore, we call this really a bottomless line of credit. So let's look a little further at this example here. And now let's put in some kind of home appreciation. Now that we're talking about taking some money and we're talking about the home equity, because in this example, the debt, the red line over here, gets close to the home value $1 million by about year 30 if they were withdrawing the money. But what would happen in a more realistic situation where the home value is growing? I'll tell you that nationwide, over long periods of time, the home appreciation has been a little bit over 4%. In California, it's been higher than that. So I'm going to use 1.5% to be really, really conservative. So even at 1.5%, and this same example, the line of credit continues to grow a little bit, even if you're drawing $1,350. So throughout an entire 30-year of lifetime, the line of credit is still available. They've taken all this cash, their debt's here, and the home equity, the value of the home continues to go up, even at a moderate 1.5%. If they make no payments at all, home value is up here to about $1 million, almost $1.6 million. The debt is up to about $1 million, and there's still $400,000 available in this line of credit. So a pretty amazing tool. What is line of credit? It's called the home equity conversion mortgage. It's a very powerful tool. If used appropriately, it can help homeowners in many different ways: funding other needs, managing cash flow, greater flexibility, protecting assets in down markets, and the product is insured by HUD. The homeowner actually pays for that insurance. So thanks very much for tuning into this Borrow Smart lesson. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.